we upgraded to Willwood calipers all the way around and added power brakes. Scratch that, this does not have power brakes. That'll be a bloopers outtake. Hey guys, this is Kerry at Full Circle. Thanks for checking us out again. Here we have a 1969 Chevrolet Corvette T-top, side exhaust, big block. We're putting this one together kind of last minute. The customer is going to be taking the car back this weekend, so I didn't want to let it get out of here before we could show it off. So this is a 69 Corvette we did for a customer in Lake Geneva. We picked the car up. Originally it was going to be a slight restoration until we got deep into it and it really needed everything. It turned out to be a complete nut and bolt, probably 2-year-ish build on this one. So we added side exhaust. This is factory side exhaust that was an option in 69. The neat thing about this, the only C3 third generation Corvette you could get side exhaust on was a 69. And it obviously sounds really cool, looks cool. And from the outside, again, it's pretty much bone stock the way it left the factory. It does have an L88 style cowl hood, which is a little taller than the normal big block hood that this car originally had. As you're gonna see in a minute when I pop the hood, we needed that little extra clearance because there's a lot of motor in there. The chassis, it's the original frame. We did add tubular control arms, rack and pinion steering, composite rear spring, obviously went through everything, freshened everything up. It's about as high tech as you can make a stock chassis. We added vintage air, custom sound system. Interior's pretty much stock with the exception of Dakota digital gauges, and those are super neat. We put those in pretty much everything we do. One thing I want to point out on the outside, these are stock rally wheels, but we ended up powder coating them gloss black instead of the argent silver. The way that they left the factory was an argent silver finish. We went with a gloss black powder coat. We left the trim rings off and then used center caps from like a C2 Corvette. And it gives it kind of a race car feel, even though they're really stock 15-inch wheels. So these cars originally had 4-wheel disc brakes. We upgraded to Willwood calipers all the way around. I'm gonna pop the hood here. So this is the original 427 the car left the factory with, all number matching drivetrain. We didn't really want to separate an original motor from the car. We tore the whole engine down, rebuilt the block, bored it 30 over, added Edelbrock aluminum heads. Like I said, added the air conditioning, Edelbrock high-rise aluminum intake. We've got electronic ignition, a Pertronix distributor, and kept the ignition shielding to hide everything and make it look somewhat stock when you pop the hood. These chrome valve covers are actually the way they left the factory, so we replaced those with correct reproductions. DeWitt's aluminum radiator with dual fans. This thing runs really cool. These big block Chevys, especially in Corvettes, are notorious for running hot. We've been burning all around town with this, even on hot days, and it stayed nice and cool. We also upgraded the headlight system to Detroit Speed electric headlights. And these originally, of course, were all vacuum operated. The vacuum system is complex. There's a lot of hoses and a lot of possible vacuum leaks when hoses crack or come loose. So we like to upgrade these to the electric headlights, do away with all the unnecessary vacuum, and they work better, more reliable, more consistent. One other cool thing in the engine bay, these braided spark plug wires were original to 427 Corvettes in 69. We kept those because they look neat and they are there for noise shielding. Because these are fiberglass cars, there can be a lot of radio interference when it comes to the ignition system if you don't have everything shielded. The spark plug wires are even grounded to the valve covers in order to do away with any kind of interference. The interior is pretty much stock. It does have the optional leather seats, and we added a tilt steering column. This was a non-tilt, non-telescopic car when it came in. Customer wanted the tilt column, so we added that. Also, we kept all of the fiber optic system working. You Corvette guys know this, but non-Corvette people, it's kind of a neat feature. Fiber optics display is up here on the console. That's original to the car. And when you hit the brake lights, these will light up to let you know your bulbs are working. Same with the turn signals, headlights, pretty much every exterior light lights up inside the car when it's on to let you know you don't have a bulb burned out. These Dakota digital gauges I was talking about, what's really neat about these is they look almost identical to stock gauges. However, they do have digital displays in them and menus, screens you can go through just like a modern car without making it look like a modern spaceship in here. It still looks 1969. The vintage air controller is really slick in these. You replace the controller with these slide levers. AC blows ice cold. All of the center gauges are Dakota digital also, even though they look like original 69 Vette gauges. They are all digital, electronic. Other than that, the interior is pretty much stock appearing, just a few hidden creature comforts. We rewired the entire car with American Auto Wire classic update wiring kit. We put those in pretty much every car that we do. He let us do whatever we thought should be done. Given that freedom, we're able to really make some cool stuff when the customer just wants it done right. In the end, that's the way they turn out the best. And this is a perfect example of that. Thanks for checking out this latest build, guys. 69 Corvette Resto Mod build. Gonna get this one back to the customer. Before we do though, we gotta take her for a spin.